Today, the Earth is warming, even though we've had cycles of warming and cooling, 16 to 24 times in the last 2 million years, and other times in the last billion. Today we're warming at a rate that the Earth has never done. That's really scary.
As climate changes, what we conceive to be appropriate may no longer be appropriate, and we saw that in New York City, and this exact same thing could happen here in Boston. Had Sandy come 200 miles further north, it would be our subway systems that would have been flooded. It's never the average rise in sea level that inundates a given region. Typically we build our defenses here in Boston, in New York City, to withstand what we call a 100-year flood. And what we talk about in a 100-year flood is what would happen if we had a once-in-a-100-year storm system come into our region during a significantly high tide. Well, we saw the example of that in New York City. Boston would be no different. We were fortunate that 100-year storm did not hit us this time. But who's to say that 100-year storm won't hit us next year or the year after or the year after that? And in that time span, well, the baseline on which that storm system sit, the rising sea levels are continuing to go up. And it just makes our defenses that much more vulnerable each coming year.
I think all industries, including universities, need to respond to the issues of global warming and our use of fossil fuels. BU has actually done quite a bit.
Our main goal here at Sustainability at BU is to reduce our carbon footprint at Boston University. We have over 17 student organizations on campus right now that are involved in environmental issues and or sustainability related issues.
So Divest BU started around November of this year, and they have been collecting petitions from students asking President Brown and the Board of Trustees to take a look at where it puts its endowment money and pull out of fossil fuel companies.
By focusing on divestment at universities, we're taking we've been fighting a proxy war in Congress, and we've been losing that war for 30 years. We're going to take that war, fight it on our home turf here at universities, where we can get a ton of students really excited about this issue. And so then in 1 or 2 years, once we've gotten our universities to divest, we'll have thousands and thousands of students across the country who feel empowered, who feel passionate about climate change, and then we'll take the fight back to Congress. And we'll get that legislation that we so desperately need. So 565 is how many gigatons of carbon we can burn without hitting 2 degrees Celsius, and 2,795 is how much carbon the world's oil companies own, which is 5 times as much as they can burn without hitting 2 degrees, which is insane.
So that started in November. They're collecting petitions. We have about, I think, 400 so far. And there's going to be a lot of events going on in the spring.
Really, the future is in our hands. The real question is whether we choose to seize that. Are we going to maintain a suitable climate for our existence, or are we going to let the system evolve out of our control, in which case, well, all of these things that we've talked about here really could come to pass.
Everyone is connected around this issue. Everyone. So whether you're informed about it, not, whether you know the science or not, this is an issue that everyone can relate to. So we need to expose that to people, so that this affects everyone now, and not just in this school, this state, this country, but it affects everyone. It's the world. And it's people today, and it's people of the future.